Hi there, I'm Harabin and I will teach you how to create a translation mod for WildFrost. So, first and foremost, you will need the localization dumper mod, and to find that you will go here on Workshop and search for localization dumper on the search bar. There you have it. Hit the subscribe button and then start your game. You might have a pop-up asking if you want to start the modded or a modded version. You start the modded version to use the mod. So once the game opens, you sorry for that, you go to mods and hit the bell, but make sure you are on the base language that you want to use. So you might want to translate something from Chinese or base your translation on the Chinese version, or the Korean or whatnot. These are testing translations that stuck. So I want to base off of the English version, so I will just hit the bell and it will create a folder on the game folder called localization export. So to find that, you just go here, properties, WildFrost properties, installed files, and browse. So you go to localization export and there you have the localization files. By the way, the localization dumper also works with other translation mods. So for instance, we have my translation mod for Brazilian Portuguese. If I enable it and I select somewhere here the okay, I might need to restart the game. Yeah, there we have it, the translation mod. And if I hit translation mod, it will create a folder for the Portuguese translations. Everything in Portuguese. So let's say I want to create, let me just close the game so you don't have to hear the music on the background. So let's say I want to create a translation based off the Portuguese version to the Spanish language. So what we will do is first we need to edit some stuff here to make it Spanish. So you will basically edit this value column here. You can add it on Excel, on Google Spreadsheets. I personally recommend Google Spreadsheets because you can share with other people to translate alongside with you at the same time. And just making an example out of this, I have my Google Drive here. You can drag your UI text over to Google Drive and you will upload as a CSV file. And if you open with Google Sheets, you will have the UI text version in the Google Drive. So you can hit file. I know my UI is in Portuguese, but bear with me. File, download, and .csv. So, okay, once you have the files partially translated or fully translated, what do you do with this? So you will head to this GitHub page. You don't actually have to head here, but you will need this link that will be on the video description. And then you go to Google, search for Google Colab, and open this link. Hit Open Colab, and GitHub, paste the GitHub URL here, and click here. So, okay, now you go to these files here, the folder here, and you might have to log into your Google account. So you can upload here, and you will search for your export for your translation files. So in this case, I'm based off the Portuguese version. One thing before I upload them, I will update the UI text language this to be Spanish, so we can differentiate for the Portuguese version of the game. And now I will upload the Portuguese export. Hit OK. Okay, everything got uploaded. Then you will hit this play button here, run anyway. Okay, it will download a mod template. There you have it. Then you hit this one, and it will ask for a class name. A class name will be your translation project name on Visual Studio. So for instance, I have the WILDFROST BR, my translation mod, written like this. So I will use as an example WILDFROST Spanish. The mod git or GUID will be something like your username dot, I don't know, WILDFROST dot WILDFROST Spanish, and the title will be WILDFROST Spanish. This will be the title of the mod in the workshop. So it will appear, this one, the mod title would be Russian localization by Nitablade or Nitablade. And the desired mod description would be this description here. So I'll just have like translate game to Spanish, and we're done. If you refresh this, you will see that it will create a file with the same name as your class name. So you download the file into your translation folder. So here. Okay. Now you will have to follow this basic setup. So you download Visual Studio or your IDE of preference. I will follow this tutorial on Visual Studio. I'm more used to it. And now what you do is you open it, hit create new project, go and search for class library and .NET. So should be this one, C# class library.NET framework. Next. This should be the same as your class name, so I'll just leave it like WILDFROST Spanish and hit create. So once created, you can delete the class 1 file here. Okay, go to your folder with the translation files, click and drag the WILDFROST Spanish, go to Visual Studio and drop it on your project. This one with green, this green green one, and you will have your translation code here. So all your translations will be here. If I search for Spanish, we will see that the language that I altered is here. Okay, what do we do now? I see a bunch of errors, and so now we, following the tutorial here, we have to add references to the game DLLs. So we right click on references, add reference, and then you will probably have to search for these DLLs. They will be on your game path, modded, WILDFROST, managed. So you can add the assembly C# for instance. What you will need is the assembly C#. If your translation project is simple, you will need only the assembly C#, the localization, and the where is the core module? Here, only these three. Okay, these three DLLs. So when I add them, you will see that we have no more errors. Okay, so if you are still developing the mod, the translation, like still altering the files and still editing this class file and whatnot, it is useful to have a copy script. So what you want to do is like go to properties here on the project. This is solution project, and we have project properties, references, and classes. Click your project, go to properties, build events, and then you will paste the following script. I will leave the script on the description as well, so you can just copy and paste. Let me copy it from my mod. This might take a while. Go on. Okay, this is really taking a while. Not sure why. So let me just try to grab it from the file, maybe. Not letting me. Okay. Okay, so I will try to find it here, here, probably here. Here, yeah. So I have this script here, and what this will do, you click here in post build events, and this will copy the output DLL into a folder with this name on your project, on your game folder. So I will name this WILDFROST Spanish. This will be our mod folder on the game DLL. I'll hit save. Let's create this folder. So we go to the WILDFROST folder on your computer, modded, WILDFROST data, streaming assets, and mods. I'll create the WILDFROST Spanish folder here. And once we build this project, you will see that it will copy a file to our folder. You can do it manually if you don't want to set up this script. You can go right-click your project, open folder in File Explorer, go to bin, debug, and search for a DLL with the same name as your project, so WILDFROST Spanish. And with the DLL inside the game folder like that, we can open the game. No errors. You can go to settings and search for your Spanish. Oh yeah, sorry. You go to mod here and you will see your mod here, WILDFROST Spanish in this case. Hit the bell. The mod should be active now. Go to settings, game settings, and search for your mod. So there we go, Spanish. What you will see though is that for some languages that have some custom characters, you will see that the game font will be somewhat bugged. You can see here that this C with the Cedilia, this mark here, and the O with the squiggly thing, the tilde, are on a different font as the rest of the word. And we can fix it. So if you see my translation to Portuguese, all the characters are on the same font. So how do we overwrite the game font? I left on the template what you need to do to do this. So you will have to uncomment, search for this. You select this text and hit Ctrl F to search for it, and remove all occurrences of this with the double slashes of the lines right below them. So you will see that now we will have an error that we will fix it soon. It's because we didn't follow these steps, but firstly, let's remove all the comments that are left here. So let's uncomment this, of this. Let's uncomment this and remove it. This. Oh, by the way, I forgot to do something important. Remember to change this to your system language. Yeah, to your mod translation language. So in this case, Spanish. Let's go to the next one. Uncomment this and remove this. Oh, oops. Let's go to the next one. So we uncomment everything. I'm hitting. Oh, it's kind of messing up the formattation. And okay. So you will see that we have a bunch of errors again. On the top of the file, we have some instructions here. So we will have to use the publicized DLL. And to do that, we will need the a publicizer. So what we can do is go to this GitHub page, go to code, download zip, download to your files here. So here, yeah, to your translation files. You can extract it. Okay. Now you will need to open this. That's the solution project for the A publicizer. And then you just need to build the solution. Once you see the build succeeded, you can close the Visual Studio, go to the artifacts folder, bin, A publicizer, whatever this folder is to you, it might change. And what you need to do now is go to your game DLL folder. Just as a reminder, it is your base game folder, modded, WILDFROST data, managed. And here, click and drag the C#, the assembly C# DLL, go to the A publicizer thing and drop it on the exe. You will see a command prompt pop up and go away. And if we go back to the managed folder and hit F5, you will see the publicized DLL here. So go back to your mod, go here and reference it, right click the references, add reference, and search for the publicized DLL here. You can uncheck the assembly C#. I believe you can also uncheck the core modules. You don't need to, but you can. And you will also search for these two DLLs here. So the Text Mesh Pro, I already have it here. And the text rendering module, I already have it here. They are on the same folder, so just searching them here like text rendering, you will find them. Hit OK, and you will see that you should no longer have errors, but you need to change this publicized to public, this protected to public because of the publicized DLL, and you do need the core modules. I was lying. Sorry. Hit OK. You will see that all the errors go away. And when we build this, it will copy the game DLL, but we still have stuff to do. So go here on Solution Explorer on your project, go to Properties, Build, Allow Unsafe Code, Save, go back to WILDFROST Spanish, to your class, and here you need to specify your custom font. I already have one, the Portuguese version one, here. So WILDFROST BR, I already have this font set up with the punctuations, and I will just paste it here on my mod folder. You can copy the name of the file and paste it here. Build again. I'm hitting Ctrl-Shift-P to build the mod, and because I set up the copy thing, the post-build stuff that already copies the DLL to the game folder, I can just hit play. And if we look for Spanish here, you will see that all the diacritics, all the punctuations are on the same font. So that's it. That's how you translate the game. Cheers. To publish your translation now, you just need to go to mods and search for your translation mod. You can set up an icon like this. It's pretty easy. Go to your mod folder and paste an icon.png like this one. And you just need to hit this button. It will pop up with this. You can edit the tags and add you can delete everything here and add like Spanish. Save and close it. Hit it again, and you will see that the Spanish tag is here. You just hit confirm and you will go to the workshop. So that's it. Cheers.